straight into Friday in the tournament?
Well, we're not thinking about the tournament. I don't even have any thought about it. You know, the way I would look at a tournament, it's like extra credit. You know, I had to do a lot of that in high school to pass in college, and so you know what? And sometimes you need that to pass. But I think the biggest thing is right now. Again, I'm sure buys, double buys are all good, but I don't think anybody here is thinking about the tournament right now.
Coach, you mentioned the other night you want Jordan to play faster, to push it more. Is that, I mean, isn't that unusual to have to tell a point guard to do? I mean, isn't it usually trying to get a guy to dial it back, and why do you think he struggles with it?
You know what? That's a good question. I don't know who all he's listening to, for one, because if you look at, if he understands his own game, he would realize that's really the strength of his game. And that's something that we've tried to get him to do over and over. And I just think if he locks into what we try to tell him as a coach and staff and would just lock into it, I think he would figure it out. But I just think the biggest thing is that him understanding what he's good at and then playing to that strength.
Coach, I know you say it takes a lot to change the starting position. What does it change for a guy to become a finisher, speaking of Bone, and be that guy down the stretch? Because he hasn't been that guy, it seems like.
Well, again, you're right, consistency. And it's not just offensively, it's defensively, you know. And the other thing is sustainability. How long can you sustain a max effort and be consistent? I mean, it doesn't do any good to make one great play and then give up two other plays on the other end. I think so many people look at players on the offensive end, they never think about, you know, what's going on the other end. And like when we break down film with our team, we mentioned it yesterday, people would be surprised at stuff that we point out, because very few people really understand what each team's trying to get done. And so when we look at it and we grade it out, that's what we're looking at. We're not looking at necessarily shots made or all that. You know, we think we know our players, and what we want more than anything this time of year is guys to understand their role, play their role, and then the question is how long can they sustain it?
You've come up in